A 14-year-old girl crawled out of a drainage pipe soaking wet and stood on the side of a road in Brandon, Mississippi. A police officer pulled over. She had no explanation for where she had been or what she had just done. Her memory, she would later claim, had simply stopped, somewhere between letting her dogs out in the backyard and finding herself dripping wet on a roadside as evening fell. What the officer did not yet know was that less than a mile away, inside a quiet suburban home on Ashton Way, a woman was dead, and a man had just been shot. Carly Madison Gregg was 14 years old. Her mother, Ashley Smylie, was 40, a high school math teacher in Rankin County who worked at the same school her daughter attended. Her stepfather, Heath Smylie, worked as a physical therapist just 5 minutes from home. From the outside, it looked like an ordinary family in an ordinary Mississippi suburb. But in the months leading up to March 19, 2024, something had been deteriorating quietly beneath that surface. Carly had been under psychiatric care for anxiety and depression. She had been prescribed medication, and roughly 1 week before the murder, she told her nurse practitioner that it made her feel like a zombie. She was given specific instructions on how to safely wean off it. She stopped taking it entirely instead. On the afternoon of March 19th, a student at the high school, a friend of Carly's, told Ashley that her daughter had cannabis hidden in her bedroom. Ashley went home and searched the room. She found cannabis, e-cigarettes, and a burner phone. That discovery in the span of a single afternoon became the last thing Ashley Smylie ever confronted her daughter about. Within a short time of returning home, Carly retrieved a .357 Magnum revolver. The home security camera recorded what happened next. A teenage girl pacing inside the house with the weapon partially concealed, then 3 shots fired. Ashley Smylie was killed by gunshots to the head. What the camera captured in the minutes that followed was what would later unsettle everyone who watched it. Carly sat down in the kitchen. She picked up her mother's phone and sent Heath a text asking when he would be home. She invited a friend over. When the friend arrived, Carly walked her through the house and stopped at Ashley's body. She asked her, "Have you ever seen a dead body before?" When Heath pulled into the driveway and walked through the front door, Carly was waiting. She shot him in the shoulder. Heath Smylie wrestled the gun away from her. Carly ran, scaled the backyard fence, and disappeared. That is where the surveillance record ends, and where the drainage pipe begins. Defense psychiatrist Dr. Andrew Clark testified at trial that Carly suffered from bipolar II disorder and experienced a severe dissociative episode triggered by the abrupt medication withdrawal. He said her memory went blank after she let her dogs out that afternoon and only returned when the police officer found her on the road. The prosecution answered with their own forensic psychiatrist, Dr. Jason Pickett, who testified that the dosage Carly had stopped taking was half the normal starting amount and a quarter of the maximum. Too low, he argued, to produce the kind of total mental break the defense described. He said he did not believe she had bipolar disorder at all. The jury also heard about the surveillance footage, the staged text messages, the deliberate waiting, and the calm behavior in the kitchen between the shooting and Heath's arrival. After 5 days of testimony, they deliberated for 2 hours. Carly Madison Gregg was found guilty on all counts: first-degree murder, attempted murder, and tampering with evidence. In September 2024, a Rankin County judge sentenced her to 2 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole, plus 10 years for evidence tampering. She was 15 years old at sentencing. By May 2026, the case had reached the Mississippi Supreme Court. Her new appellate attorney argued that a Mississippi law updated on July 1, 2024, days after her sentencing, made life without parole an illegal sentence for a juvenile convicted of first-degree murder. He also argued the prosecutor had used improper rhetoric during sentencing, telling jurors a parole-eligible Carly might be free in as little as a year and could be seen at a grocery store or church. During the hearing, a Supreme Court justice noted something that had apparently gone unexamined since the original sentencing. The court order never explicitly used the words "without parole." The court took the arguments under advisement. No ruling date has been set. Carly Gregg, now 17, remains at the Central Mississippi Correctional Facility in the Youthful Offender Unit. Heath Smylie, the man she shot, continues to publicly advocate for her alongside her grandparents. The girl who crawled out of a drainage pipe with no memory and no explanation is now the center of a legal argument about what justice looks like when the person who committed the crime was 14 years old.